Bro, let me tell you something. Shit, you just, until today, we know a lot more about what rules us because they're not trying to hide it anymore because they know the country's about to fall. So they don't really care if we know. We can't do anything. It's way too late. It's literally like 60 years too late or more. Um, you just see shit you never fucking saw. Like, I woke up and I saw this black dude saying 18-year-old girls have it coming because they're not kids. And they should know that when their friend their age invites them to a party, they're going to get raped and trafficked. And I was just like they're scamming you. You're not going to win. You're not prominent enough to win. And then it clicked like Pretty Noose is about this. And so I looked through the video. I was like, oh my God. And they're literally talking about human trafficking. They're literally talking about enslaved women to enslave them. And it clicked the line silver chain. He's talking about Susan Silver, his Illuminati handler. The devil in the video bears a striking resemblance to her. And she's laughing with her right eye, lining her right eye. And there's this so much symbolism. Black people looking down, can't see shit, cops beating people, and cities on fire. I think that symbolizes how they're going to manipulate the black community to sabotage themselves, which is happening right now. Women as objects being tattooed by men with their left eye visible. Nervous anxiety. They did the deed and now they're trapped. The right eye turns into a network of mazes and tunnels underground, like pimps and Johns talking about slavery. You can't hear what they're saying, but they're talking whispered in a fucking corridor of an underground fucking slave den with the word escape written. And then they look at like a roach caught the left eye and he runs away. And then it transitions to Cornell on a bed. Looks like a dead body, but a woman under fucking sheets all tangled up with a camera over them. And he's sitting there like the guy before, looking up with his left eye and a noose around his neck. Bruh. When asked, he says about a bad relationship. I'll say I'd call being entrapped by a high-level Illuminati handler who's a record executive, Susan Silver, a bad relationship. I guess it's not wrong. It's just not bad relationship like us normies think, where it's like we don't get along. More like she came to me after the show, she was sexy, and we did things. And now there's all these videos of me raping kids while I was drugged. I think it's more like that. And I would speculate he made the song about it very clearly. He was married to her, but it's so obvious he stopped singing about being trapped in like a sexual blackmail scheme. Diamond rope, silver chain, pretty noose is pretty pain. It's not lost on me. Her name is Susan Silver. And the devil in the video looks like Susan Silver. And like I said, I would even speculate he did not make the like he had no creative control over the video, but the Illuminati made it to mock his fate. And this is why, like, Chris Cornell, he was famous. Soundgarden was very successful. Audioslave was very successful. Everything was successful because they made sure of it. But he wasn't like where you'd always talk about him after he's not famous anymore. He wasn't that. He just wasn't that level unless you're in like a rock culture. Like to normies, he's not that level of famous. But I think the reason they always talk about him, you could still go on fucking X and they're like, Cornell tried to warn us. I think the reason they talk about him so much is the Illuminati loves nothing more than when they successfully enslave someone. Like when they're so controlled, beat down like Britney, right? That makes them feel so overjoyed. They're literally slavers, right? You have to understand what rules us are essentially slave owners, right? And so when they successfully enslave someone, they never forget it. Like, it's the ones where either they were dramatically rebel like Kurt Cobain, or moderate entrapment that they don't really care about moderate entrapment that much, but the ones who were deeply enslaved, they always talk about, and the ones who the rare instance like Kurt Cobain where he just could not be entrapped, they talk about that a lot too. It's like, yeah, that one got away. But even with going on to Kurt Cobain, right? It's now clear that these people send Illuminati handlers to handle these regulars that they let famous, right? I don't know if this strategy is still being done, but it's so clear when you look back in time, they literally send Illuminati handlers posing as a girlfriend, a wife, to keep them controlled, to get them in blackmail. And it seems clear to me at this point in time that Courtney Love was an Illuminati handler. She wasn't just a random girl from a bad family who liked rock music. Her mother was a psychologist, almost certainly connected to MK Ultra back when they were doing that, and her father's a record executive. And when you look at what Courtney, it's almost like she had a mission, right? Her mission was to get Kurt Cobain, and she succeeded. There's a big drama between her and Kat Gilland of Babes in Toyland because he was dating her and she stole him from her. And it seems like when you really look and open your eyes to what rules us, what we didn't know then, that was her mission to marry him in the way Susan Silver's mission was to marry Chris Cornell, right? And it wasn't like the reading we would all, because this is common knowledge that she had a mission to get Kurt Cobain, but the way we were told or understood this is she's just a groupie. She's just a woman that was really into the rock scene and wanted to get with these guys for fame, right? And she was with a couple of them. But I think because of Kurt Cobain's personality, and they knew how hard it would be to control him. Like, he's not into abusing women. He's not into having a sex slave. He's prominently, truly disgust, not a virtue signaler. He really thinks it's disgusting, the abuse of women. So originally she was going with other, like, if you conceptualize Courtney Love as an Illuminati handler to like control these regulars that are like famous. It makes sense that they would like direct her to go on Kurt Cobain specifically because he's going to be real hard. You can't give him a crying little Russian girl. You can't cajole him with submission and ability to abuse people. He finds this literally repulsive. Courtney Love has a very prominent personality. She's very, almost you could say masculine, and he's attracted to that. He literally wrote as such. He said, we're like Avion water and battery acid. He looks for that in a partner, a self-directed, powerful woman. That's what he's attracted to, right? And so I think they ordered, because she has the right fit to control, to be his handler. So they ordered her, you must get him. You can send a number of women to get these other guys, but you're like one of the only ones that will work on him. And that became her mission for the system, right? The events around his death are when they realized we literally can't blackmail this guy. We can't. We had Courtney and him like do like gender play and dress up and do like sexually ambiguous, like sexually fluid things, but he literally doesn't care if people know. He literally doesn't care. He's literally telling the world, I want you to think I'm gay. I want you to think I'm trans. I hate you if you don't like that. So even though they would do a lot of experimental things, like with Michael Stipe, it was useless to control him. He can't be controlled by it because unlike these rappers where they're living in a state of paranoia if someone finds out they fucked a guy, he was like, go ahead, tell them. I'll wear the dress myself. I want you to know I'm doing this. I hate gay haters. I really hate them. So how do you control a guy like that? Even though you have Courtney Love like dressing him up and singing My Beautiful Son about it, he's just like, I don't care if you know. I want you to know. Anyone who's like, oh, I don't like that. I want you to never come to my show. I don't want you to like me. So what do? They're like, fuck, this guy won't abuse women. he doesn't, he's not controlled by misogynistic fear of gay people. We can't do shit. Even though we got our handler here, it's just like we can't handle him because he's not blackmailable. And then what really sealed the deal of why they plan to kill him is he was just like, I'm disgusted by all this. Can you believe these people did that to Francis Farmer? I'm disgusted by all of this. I don't want to be near these people. You're all gross. I don't care about being famous. I don't want to be ordered around to make hits. I'm disgusted and I want to leave. And that's when the system the system plot came in to kill his ass and launch Courtney Love and Dave Grohl. Yes. So, like the simplistic, misogynistic idea is Courtney killed him. She's a bad woman because she acts like a man. She don't act like a lilting Illuminati slave girl. She acts like a man, and I don't like her because she's not as cute as the ones trafficked and raped to be sex slaves who then get some perks recruiting other girls. She's a bad, bad woman. Like that's the low-level dummy idea. Or like Dave Grohl and Courtney planned it together. Like, nah, it's a system, bro. I mean, yeah, they're involved, and they contractually knew when we kill his ass, we're going to be launched. But to say they did it is like it's like saying some dude who raped a kid with Epstein did it. It's like saying Epstein did it. They didn't do it, right? I mean, they're agents and they're knowing, but they didn't do it, right? I mean, other than the implicit agreements, the system decided Kurt Cobain cannot be blackmailed, nor does he want to be famous. So that means the investment they spent building up his image, making him famous. Yeah, we made money, but there's a lot more money to be made. So what do we do as the system, as the Illuminati? Well, we're going to kill him. Then we'll continue to make money forever in his legacy. That sensitive Pisces rock man, we'll sell them shirts with angel wings and him like with a cigarette doing this. And then we'll launch splinters of his orbit, Dave Grohl and Courtney Love. Kurt Cobain's murder was a few days before Live Through This came out. Could you imagine the boon to sales of that and her addressing the crowd as a widow? Her hit song, Violet, she says, I'm the one with no soul, one above and one below. She's literally singing that she does anything for fame for the Illuminati system. You see the same thing with Dave Grohl. Their first album of now the Foo Fighters. Oh, I hate Dave Grohl so much, man. I hate his ass. The rumor is Kurt Cobain hated him. Courtney says he hated him, and I hate him. I do, because he's such an Illuminati nothing. He's such a perfect fit for them. He's vapid. He doesn't care what. As long as he's getting fame and money, he'll do it. That's just like Dave Grohl for you. And he's so boring. Like, everything he's produced has been mediocre because he doesn't care. Everything he does is how to get fame, how to get money, how to be successful. Just like that's why these people will stagnate. Their system selects for people like this until they shut out anyone worth anything. Anyway, right? Anyway, deviating. You see the same thing with Grohl. Like, his first hit song was Big Me. He says it's about his partner. And he's singing about beg me to talk about it, treason, and he mentions Zodiac. The Kurt Cobain was famous for being like, I'm a sensitive Pisces. He was big on using Zodiac symbolism. And it's interesting in Big Me, he's like, Aries or treason's all renew. Beg me to talk about it. And the title of the song is Big Me, right? So what does that mean? Fame. Oh, I hate the Foo Fighters so hard, bro. So yeah, like, knowing what we know now, you look back and you're like, oh, they were singing about them all the time. We just never knew. Like, Pretty Noose is about how Susan Silver enslaved him in a blackmail web, and he was like contracted to just keep doing this music and work. And he's literally overtly talking about slavery of girls while also making her a dancing, laughing Illuminati devil with her right eye out. That's fucking her in the video. And he's like, Susan Silver, enslaved me in a pretty noose. And then you look at Cobain, and you're like, oh yeah, they killed him. He was not blackmailable. Rarely that's the case because most Illuminati clingers are evil people. They want to be famous for the people, but it was like a rare circumstance where they picked this dude. He's like, I don't want to rape people. Ew. I hate you. I hate all you abusers. Why did you fuck up Frances Farmer like that? You fucking raped her in a psych ward because she was a leftist? I'll fucking kill you. You're all sitting here in your nice houses now. I don't care if you think I'm gay. I want you to think that. What do they do? Courtney's like dress him up in bows. Like, damn, there's like nothing we could do to blackmail this guy, even though I successfully got him. Like, it's just what? And he's also gonna quit. Nah, we invested too much money in this project. Let this dude walk away. So what? We're gonna kill him a few days before I live through this. And her hit song, "I'm the one with no soul." My mom was an MK Ultra psychologist. Oh man, what? And then Dave Grohl. When I talk about it, carries on, treason's all in you. Well, I'm big me now, the Illuminati system. I have no jaw or talent. Like, oh no, man. They still be selling them shirts with angel wings. They still making money off that. Here's the licensing fees for the shirt with wings. Geffen. What? This makes me wonder, like, I really need to look into I need to look into Eddie Vedder's history. Bet you anything he a Taylor Swift. What I mean by Taylor Swift, I mean his mom's a banker and his dad's a record industry executive, like Taylor Swift, because they didn't have no handlers. So what does that tell you? That tells you Eddie Vedder was a banker's kid. I bet you look it up, you could find that link. But they're mediocre. So Pearl Jam was always boring. Which Kurt Cobain said a lot. That band is so boring. He's like, no offense to Eddie Vedder, he's not a bad guy, but God, that band is boring. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I thought. Oh man, did you know all your favorite musicians had Illuminati handlers, and they were either enslaved or murdered? I didn't know that. Now I do. Oh shit.